Today we got some awesome brand new Pokemon Winds and Waves leaks. And I feel like these leaks today are very, very interesting. So let's hop right into it today. So the original tweet is actually back from December. So let's break down everything from the origin. So basically, this is a leak that we all think is voice acting. Voice acting should be in the game. We even have other people coming out to say that voice acting is also going to be in this game. And then Ball Guy responded, said not 227, which means voice acting is not going to be announced, or I guess, showcased during Pokemon Presents of this year that just passed, about a few weeks ago, right? Then somebody said not 227, Pokemon Day, meaning we will get news earlier than Pokemon Day, bookmarking this to see if right or not you leakers are getting very lucky about being right in recent years, which Ball Guy has been going hit for hit with all these Pokemon leaks. Whenever Ball Guy tweets something, honestly, like 99% of the time, take it as a fact because he is very, very reputable in my eyes. Then Ball Guy said it won't be seen until after Pokemon Day. Apologies for lack of transparency. Additionally, expect any reveals after Pokemon Day to go hand in hand with the introduction of the main story mechanics as per usual, League Tour, Legend Tour, and tier components, which is awesome. So obviously we're going to get more big things in the next trailers to come for Pokemon Winds and Waves. I made a whole video talking about when we should get that second trailer. Obviously the second trailer is going to reveal a lot, like probably first rep Pokemon, maybe some other new Pokemon, even some more of the mechanics of the game, like how the game is more so going to look with real gameplay. I feel like more so later this year / early next year is when we're going to get those big trailers, like the huge trailers. But until then, we have all the leaks to cover. So if you guys don't mind leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the post notifications to help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers, and so you don't miss all brand new Pokemon leaks, news, and updates, because I will be updating you guys as soon as things happen. My bro Nintendo and I are doing a giveaway for Winds and Waves actually up in our Discord server. It's free to join, free to enter, so link in the description down below. All right, let's get right back to these new leaks. Somebody then responded to this almost 2 months later saying, can we expect real-time catching in Winds and Waves? So kind of like Legends Arceus or Legends ZA, where you can throw a Pokeball at a Pokemon, right? Just kind of like the new modern style of catching a Pokemon. Ball Guy said you can. At one point I heard of a mechanic for charging balls before release, unsure if this remained, meaning like you hold onto the ball and then throw it, and I'm not sure what the charging would really do. Maybe like a higher success rate at catching that Pokemon, or maybe like specific Pokeballs like need to be charged up or something like that. Catching system remains, rather I haven't heard something more than additional Pokeball mechanics. So basically, as of now, we don't have any additional Pokeball mechanics known. Maybe they are going to kind of rework the Pokeball catching mechanic to make it a little bit different. And somebody confirmed by charging, do you mean about holding it for a certain time like the smash attacks in Smash Bros? Ball Guy said correct. That is really cool information. We know that Pokemon, Game Freak, they are really like expanding their horizons, and they're trying a lot of new things in these recent Pokemon games to make them bigger and better and just kind of different, like giving each Pokemon game kind of their own unique identity, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want to see, and I cannot wait to see more of Winds and Waves. The next trailer should be maybe June, specifically based on when we got the second trailers for Scarlet and Violet and for Sword and Shield. But on the other side, the flip side of that, this game is not coming out until 2027, so it might be a little bit different with that second trailer. I think regardless though, it's going to be the next Pokemon Presents, so sometime in the summer, right? So that could be June, July, or August. We'll see that second trailer. Maybe more about the Pokeball, catching mechanic. We also have this person saying the Winds and Waves may feature the latest system for free captures. Leaker also claims that Game Freak recently starting on optimizing the game performance, which would be great because the trailer was not 60 FPS. It was actually 30 FPS, at least I'm pretty sure it was. And if you're gonna ask me, I think the game will release with 60 FPS. I don't think they're gonna go back to 30 FPS because Legends ZA was 60 FPS on the Switch 2 at least, right? And they also did the performance boost for Scarlet and Violet on the Switch too. So it would be really weird if they were to backtrack it and give us 30 FPS again. I would be okay with 30 FPS if it means the game is going to be like way bigger and better, but I want that 60 FPS. We were spoiled with it. I don't want to go back to 30 FPS, and I think it's going to be 60 FPS in the end. I mean, they have a long time to work on this still. Remember that, guys. This game, like I said, is coming out in 2027, so they have so much more to do. They have so many more optimizations and performance things they could actually work on. So even that next trailer, when we get more gameplay footage, it's not going to even look quite like that when the game is actually out. It's gonna look better because, like I said, they have time to kind of develop it more, and that's just how it is for any trailers, like even movies, games. The original trailers always don't look as good as the final product. Okay, so let's talk about Legends Galar again. It's been kind of a while since we've really brought up Galar again, but that is the next leaked Legends game from the Terror Leak. We should be in Galar for the third Pokemon Legends game. Quick recap, it's basically going to take place 1,000 years in the past, which is really cool because Galar has some cool lore to it, and 1,000 years in the past, That sounds cool to me. And they have been teasing Galar a lot. So Jordan said kind of wild how long they have been hinting at Galar and how this shirt was also an SV teaser. Note the scarlet violet flowers on it. I guess we know for sure that the virgin colors for the next gen are decided early on, which is very true. We've had the Winds and Waves colors. I mean, like, look at the shirt from Legends Arceus, and then right here we also have the same exact shirt. Then we have this. Honestly, they placed these in cutscenes to make me think they're probably intended as a Galar hint for the next Legends game, which would make it a shame if they end up scrapping Legends Galar for something else. And I don't even like Galar, which I totally agree, because I didn't really love Galar when it came out, but I do really think it would be awesome for a Legends game. I think that is just one of those like regions that would be just so great. Like, I would love a Unova and a Johto and a Galar region Legends game. Alola would actually go crazy too. I didn't even notice this either. The lights outside this random tower, I don't really know what this is. Maybe the hotel or something. I guess he says it's a hotel, so it could be the hotel. They are blue, green, and yellow. So they love these colors. They love teasing these colors. And like I said, they've been teasing Galar for a long time. So the next Legends game should potentially still be Legends Galar. We have had those leaks though from Ball Guy basically saying L3 for Legends 3, not specifically Legends Galar. So maybe Legends Galar is scrapped, but we still don't know exactly yet. And of course, if we ever know any more information, I will let you guys know it straight away, because I love the Legends games, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. We also had this post from a couple of days ago about Zeus. So it's definitely something Greek related, right? Like from Greece. Could be the DLC for Generation 10, could be some other future mainline game, could be connected to Project Karasu. We don't exactly know just yet. But we have also for Art saying that now that Greek inspirations are back in the mix, because we were talking about the Greek region a long time ago, and it seems like the Greek stuff is coming back, which is super interesting. And just to be more specific, Gen 10 is taking place in Southeast Asia, not Greece. I've always loved the idea of a box legendary being 2 divine horses, a Pegasus for winds, and a hippocampus for waves. The word hippocampus goes crazy. Don't get me wrong, Weewa's region, dude, Weewa is such a funny abbreviation for winds and waves. It will be 90% Southeast Asian inspired, but of course all the Majin legendary bosses could easily be based on just Greek mythology as a whole, which is so cool. Hippocampus are often seen in sculptures of Poseidon, and of course talk about like the Pegasus, the connection to Zeus, and the Thunderbolts and stuff. So maybe the DLC codename is Zeus, but they might tie Pegasus to one of its riders, just Wind instead. Then he says, I'd also prefer 2 serpents because I'm a reptile shill, which low-key, I agree with that too. But look at this, Jordan also posted what if horse legendaries. We look at the Greek angle because of the Gaia and Zeus codenames, and then of course like Poseidon with, you know, sea for winds and waves. Dude, think of like an actual Pegasus, right? That could be the winds legendary, and then maybe some sort of sea serpent for the waves legendary Pokemon. That could actually go crazy. I would actually love a region just based on Greece alone, because I feel like there's so much you could do with that. If it is the Gen 10 DLC though, that would be really cool. Like, that would be awesome. But a Greek region alone, just like as Generation 11, for example, would be so cool. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are really watching this far, comment down below your favorite starter Pokemon of all time. I may have just asked that, but still, let me know your favorite starter of all time. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss all the news about Pokemon, Gen 10, and Legends Galar, and everything that's to come. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.